Alright, so I'll be discussing array list class. It's basically the same as an array. The key difference between both of them is the array list can increase in size and decrease in size based on how many objects there are in the array, while the array itself has a set limit of how many objects can be in it once it's initialized. And that's the main difference. So now to talk about some uses for the array list is on how to make it. We basically need to start it with what I have over here using import java util array list. It's basically letting the program know that we'll be using the array list functions. And then in the public static void main is to talk about it, the array list, what it is, what kind of a data type, and what the list will be called. After that, we have some how-to functions, being the add. This one just inserts at the end of the array. So let's print this out. Okay. So if I were to use the add element to it, and I want to add e, it would add it right here at the bottom instead of at the beginning, in the middle, or wherever. Versus doing the add int index and e element, this one will focus more on at a specific index, we will add this element. So if I wanted to add t again to this index, I could say index 1 becomes e, and it'll insert it here where y is located, and it'll push everything from y behind it, one index number behind, as well as increase the array list size by 1. Next we have the size, dot size parentheses, where it returns how many indexes there are in the list. So for this one, it would return a total of 6, and this one is the same, total of 6, nothing too difficult. And then get index will return whatever index you're asking it for. So if I want an element 3, it'll return to me whatever is at element 3. That would be I. Followed by set int index and e element. This is used to replace whatever you want at a specific position. The difference between set and add is add just places it into the index and then everything gets pushed back, while set replaces the whatever is in that index and pulls it out. So they both have their uses, and they sound similar, but they're not for their functions. And last two are remove int index, which is at a specific position. We will be removing whatever is located in that index. So if I were to specify nameless dot remove int 5, oh sorry, just 5, not int 5, at 5, it'll remove the r, because this is 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It'll remove 5. And then nameless dot remove e elements, it'll remove the first occurrence of whatever you are asking for. So if I were to put I here, it'll remove the I, and then the list itself will become 5. I'll give an example. Let's see. This is first. So I could put it right here. Okay. So if I were to do name list dot remove I, Is it I? There we go. This should come out as a 5 elements, not 6 elements. But I need to make it first. Y U I O G H. So yeah, it comes out at 6 here, and then at 5 over here because of it, the I was removed. However, an important thing to note is it only removes the first instance of the letter we chose. So even though there's 6 I's, it only removes the first one it comes across. So it'll remove the one that's at element 0. Let's see. What other things? We can use the enhanced for loop to display everything stored in the list. Do we use one here? No, we don't. Okay. Oh wait, I should remove this. So the program that I have up here is from lecture 15, where we ask the user to input however many names they want, up to 6. That's what please enter student name, pound, %D, and then index. So this will print out 6 times. Temporary string equals input dot next line. This is to input whatever they are using for a name and then holding it to a string, as well as, well, this will hold a name and this will add it to the string itself. After that, we will call for the print array list method for the name list, which is down here, and this will, let's see, this will print out each string, each element's string. So first it'll load it up. So string. Alright, this is the type of data it is. This is what we called it. This is redundant. I could have chose something else. And then this is the array list. It's called at index whatever. So we start at 0. So since I is at 0, since I is at 0 right here, it'll print out I, and this is where it prints out, and then this will go until it reaches 6. Once it's at 6, the boolean becomes false, and the print array list method is done. So that means we go here, we skip a space, we print out array list right here, and then this for loop method is this for loop is to reverse the order of the printout. So first we make a new string and we initialize it as name list equals get name list size -1, meaning since our name list is 6 elements long, we subtract 1 and we get to 5. After that, we remove whatever is at number 5. Well, sorry, we graph number 5, then we remove it from the list, then we add it to the index at 0. Meaning, let me make a differential. So it'll mean that this y is removed from the bottom and then it'll be added at the top. It'll go one at a time. So here, let me write it down so it's easier to notice. So it'll be as y u I o p. Then it'll become y p y u I o p. Right? Oh, there we go. And then it'll become y p o y u I, and then y p o I y u, and then Y P O I U I. There we go. So it iterates, the for loop iterates 5 times in order to get to the array list down here at the end. And that concludes the lesson for today. Thank you.